Good? Good to go?
Ready
Sorry.
to go, yeah, jump in there. I'm just standing in the middle just for an eye line. And then...
I'm the journo today.
You are? Nice.
I'm good. Yep, sweet.
Good. Right. Silky, tomorrow will kick off your 12th season in the Big Bash and 12th season with the club. How are you feeling?
Yeah, no, obviously really excited. Similar feelings to what you get every time I come back. It's like I said many a time, it's a boyhood dream to play here at the SCG and call it home. So super excited to get things underway. Obviously a few familiar faces around again, so that's always comforting when you come back. And yeah, I think the boys are chomping at the bit to get into it, and yeah, it should be a good season.
Our group is relatively unchanged, minus sort of one or two. How important do you think that's been for that consistency over the last couple of years to keep the same sort of core group together?
Yeah, I think it's been vital. I think any good sporting team have probably got that in their armoury as a team that's been together for a long time. We've got a clear understanding of how each individual is going to go about it on any given day, and having built that trust up over many years, it's something that we don't take for granted, and it's something that has held us in really good stead for many years, and hopefully it can do so once again this year.
One of the changes we have had is Socky out. A few of the boys sort of spoke last week around the importance and how there'll need to be some changes around planning with who's bowling where and things like that. Just in terms of like his impact off the field, have you sort of felt his a little bit quieter?
Absolutely, I think you're spot on. I think it definitely is quieter. He's certainly been missed. He's such a big presence in our change room, and it's going to be unusual, sort of stepping on the field, knowing that he's not around. We've been able to share so many great memories with Socky, and he's a much loved figure of not only the Sixers but SCG and all that. So he'll be missed, but it's what we will say is presents great opportunities to some other guys for Todd to probably take over and be the lead spinner of the attack. Someone who's done really well in his time at the Sixers. You've got Joel Davies and obviously Akil Hussain who'll be with us soon as well. So we feel like we've, whilst he feels somewhat irreplaceable, Sock, we feel like we've got some guys in there who can come in and fill the shoes. But yeah, certainly a guy that's going to be missed within the change room. But hopefully the guys coming in can step up and fill those shoes.
I think a couple of the guys also spoke last week around a bit of fire in the belly following the final last year. Do you think that'll be spoken about much sort of early on, or is it just turning the attention to this season and what we can do as a group?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's probably going to get touched on too much. I think a lot of guys will just naturally feel that internally, I think, around how it sort of ended last year. It was, hugely disappointing finish to a good season, and I think it doesn't really have to get spoken about. I think the fire's naturally just there in the belly, and it's regardless of whether we've won titles or been runner-up or missed out in semi-finals, I feel like we've always come back with a hunger to do really well, regardless of our positioning in the previous season. So that's one thing that's really stood out with this group, is that it doesn't matter what sort of happened the year before. We can sort of take learnings from it, but we move on to a new challenge, and that's how we sort of see it this year.
Do you think that's led by Shippy, or is that sort of his, I suppose his ethos is just getting on with the next game? And can you talk to me a little bit about sort of him as a coach?
Yeah. Oh, Shippy's great. Him and Moses, we've been very lucky at the Sixers for most of my playing career here to have those two guys at the helm, and I think the biggest thing I probably feel when I come back here and into this environment is the calmness around it. T20 cricket can often be quite stressful, and things are happening quick, and we talk about chaos a lot, but I think the calmness that this group certainly shows, and that's very well led by Shippy. His nature, I guess, and Moe's nature is to remain quite calm, and I think that's what's held us in really good stead. Because if I look through moments in our playing years where we've maybe had a couple of bad losses, we're able to turn things around really quickly. So I don't think you'll ever really see us sort of lose that 2, 3, 4 games on the bounce. We seem to be able to snap it pretty quickly and get back into it. So yeah, that's probably the one thing that really stands out with Greg and the coaching group that we have here is just the calm nature around it and letting players sort of lead their own destiny in ways and just supporting that. So it's been a huge reason as to why the group's been able to achieve what they have so far.
We saw last season going from the 14 games to the 10 back to sort of the bash of golden days. Did you feel that sort of that every game is a little bit more important? Like I suppose going into this season again with the 10.
Yeah.
Does it feel like there's some importance or a little bit more importance in every game?
Yeah, definitely. I think there was a couple of years there in the 14-game season where we'd get off to a little bit of a slow start, but we knew that we had time to get it back. And yeah, that's one thing we've got to be really focused on is starting fast in this competition and trying to get out in front of the competition and not having to chase at the back end. So yeah, that was certainly mentioned, I guess, going into last season, and I'm sure it will be mentioned again going into tomorrow night. Is to put our best foot forward early and put a stamp on the competition so that we don't have to chase our tails later. So yeah, it's definitely a difference. Stakes certainly feel higher maybe in terms of every game, and possibly you felt that maybe even just through crowds sort of feeling like they were coming back through the gates and creating that energy. So yeah, there's definitely a bit more on it with the 10-game season, and yeah, we'll be hopefully looking to make a fast start, sort of like we did last season.
Just on tomorrow night up against the Renegades, have you had a chance to look at the squad for tomorrow? What might the plans be?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's probably a bit of talk around the Renegades and what they've been able to sort of build with their list, and obviously they've got a new coach who we're all pretty familiar with in Cameron White. So yeah, we've taken a bit of interest in what they've been able to do, and I think actually a lot of the general public are sort of taking a liking as to what we may see from them. They've obviously got some guys at the top of the order who can go quite hard and light it up, and we'll hopefully be able to nullify that tomorrow and do our planning well, and which I'm sure the bowlers will do, and us as batters. There's a few sort of newer faces, I guess, within that attack too that we're going to be doing some work on, and but yeah, they're a team that's on everyone's sort of radars, it feels like at the moment. So yeah, I feel like there's a little bit of expectation around where they can sort of go this year, and I think it sets up as a really good challenge for us first hit out of the year, and hopefully we can get the job done over them.
Just on Whitey quickly, someone that we know quite well. Do you think that'll a little something to try and get one over him?
Oh, no doubt, and I think he'll feel the same. He's a very passionate guy. He's a great leader. We were very lucky to have him here for a couple of years, and we obviously wish him well, just not tomorrow night. But I'll be following his journey, I guess, as a head coach quite closely, just through the friendship that we've been able to create. But yeah, no, we'll definitely want to get one over him tomorrow night, that's for sure. And just like he'll want to get one over his good mate Greg. So it'll be a good night.
Just one last one on tomorrow night. Looking forward to having hopefully a packed house here at the SCG. What would be your message to Sixers fans to get down here?
Yeah, I mean, it's what better way to kick off the BBL than here at the SCG. It feels, we often say it comes around quick, but standing here now, you're sort of like, oh God, I can't wait for this to get underway now. And I hope Sixers fans feel the same. It's obviously a couple less games at the SCG per season now than what we did have maybe 3 or 4 years ago. So don't miss the opportunity to get out here and get behind us. We had a great season last year, thanks to all your support, and hopefully go one better this year. But yeah, look forward to seeing you tomorrow night.